it's Liz from Old Staples Crafts. How is everyone today? Let's just check everything is doing what it's meant to be doing. You never know. Oh, what a lovely long lag we've got today. Yep, that's a long lag. That's about half a minute. This is going to be interesting, peeps. So how is everyone today? Apparently we have got unseasonably warm weather. Hello, Shaz. I hadn't realised you'd got COVID. I spotted your post earlier today. But yes, I hadn't realised. I hope you're beginning to feel better. Not good. You're really going through the wars a bit. Hello, Colette. Hello, Tara. I still find it weird when people say good morning when it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'm getting there. Hello, Deborah from Michigan. Carol from California, sorry. Hello, Inika. My lovely Inika. No longer my most recent team member. I had another person join me again last night. They've been a member of the team before, but it's always nice to welcome new people or repeat people back. So yes, someone else making the most of the amazing joining offer. Not feeling well still, Shaz. That's not good. Hello, Nora. Well, thank you. No, that's perfect. You can catch up the rest after you get back from wherever you're going. Sherry is saying good morning. It's dark in Oregon. Hello, Wendy. You're here. Woo! You've also found your iPhone. Even better. Hello, Elaine. Hello, Jan. Where are you? Are you in sunny Wheatley or are you in sunny Cornwall? I say sunny. It was horrible here this morning, but I've just seen a tweet from the Met Office saying that in London it's 20 degrees. With us it is 19. I mean, come on, it's nearly November. But never mind, we're all here and it's all good. Hello, Patricia from across the pond. Lots of you today. So I might actually remember to do housekeeping today. So let's do housekeeping. My name is Liz Yuille. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, working across the UK, France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, Belgium, and the Republic of Ireland. It is what I do all day. This is my job. I am just so lucky that this is my job. It's what's not to love? So yes, it is my job. If you're watching this live, obviously get onto that chat. That would be fan-dabby-dozy. If you're enjoying what you see, please like, share and subscribe. The subscribe button is in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. If you're watching on a day that is not Thursday the 27th of October, you're probably watching a replay, and I will have changed the title to Chat and Craft Live Replay with Liz. And also there won't be a live button somewhere around here, but you can still leave a comment in the comments area below the description bar. So yes. Jan is in Wheatley. Yes, it's sunny. I know. 20 degrees with Wendy, and you'll be doing an unboxing later. Woo woo! 23 in the Netherlands. Wow. I'm going to have to rethink what I'm going to take to Vienna. Although, no, my luck. It'll be really warm in Vienna until I land, and then it'll be cold. So I'll take layers. Right, let's flip the camera down. For those of you who saw me on my story over on Instagram, you will know that about an hour and a quarter ago, I had no idea what I was going to be doing. I had a few things in mind, but I hadn't made my mind up. Well, we're going to continue with autumn. I have done a bit of Christmas, and my first Christmas class will be going out in the post in the next few days, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, it's autumn officially doesn't start until this weekend in the UK. So I'm going to stick with autumn. Hello, France from Michigan, from Edwardsburg in Michigan. Right, so I'm going to flip the camera down, and what do I want? I want that one. Let's get that out of making shiny stuff. where is my, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm not specifically using Hello Harvest. I'm using the Rustic Harvest Suite. Specifically, I want to get some of those leaves onto some cards because I've got these lovely leaves, die cut leaves and amber gems, and I've used 4 gems so far, and I think maybe a leaf. So I need to get these used because this is not my only packet. Just saying. So I have actually prepped. It's just unbelievable. Let me just grab the paper that is in the suite. So the suite has a number of things in it. It has the embossing bundle. So it's got the tray, the tweezers, the embossing buddy, the brush to go with your embossing powders. Absolutely, Inika is always best when travelling in Europe. But I was hoping I might be able to wear my nice chunky Norwegian jumper that was my mother's. Although I'm having to darn it almost every time I wear it because I think they had moth. And every now and again things go a bit too lally and I find a hole. Fortunately, she bought a pair of gloves to go with them. So I've detangled the gloves. I've undone the gloves so I've got the right colour thread. Anyway, so this is the paper. It is gorgeous. It's very good for men, just saying. So let's check the colour scheme. The colour scheme is Basic Black, Cajun Crazed, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Merry Merlot and Mossy Meadow. So it's lovely autumnal colours. Surprise, surprise. So Merry Merlot with a sort of argyle check on the back. It's not really argyle because it's squares rather than diamonds. This leaf pattern, which I have done a reel on and uploaded it to YouTube as well, turning this into colour. Then we've got Cajun Craze on the other side. Then we've got lots of gourds with oak leaves and this leaf pattern on the reverse. Then a little sort of flecky pattern. Sherry loves this suite. Good! This has to be the easiest piece of paper to make a card out of. You just cut it into card fronts and stick it on a piece of card. I mean, you know, go figure. Which is why it's really nice that they put a fairly boring pattern on the back, because who's going to use it, frankly? Oak leaves and acorns with Cajun Craze, no, crushed curry, there's too many CCCCCs. Crushed curry on the back, stripe, and it's like a chalkboard stripe with pumpkins. You were thinking blouse and cardigans for Vienna, boots and trainers. Sad about the train strike. Which train strike, Elaine? Are you thinking about the UK train strike, or is there a strike in Vienna? I know about UK train strikes. But yes, lots of layers. I'm going to be wearing jeans most of the time. You know. So yes, pumpkins, and then these are my scrappy scraps, because I always like to keep my scrappy scraps with my full pieces of paper. So I have prepped. I know, it's mad. I have actually done some prep. So we should be able to knock out a few cards. I have added into the mix the Leaf Full 3D embossing folder, which is gorgeous. This is the Leaf Fold 3D embossing folder. It probably won't show up on camera. Why would it? A bit, but not very much. However, I have already done some embossing on, this is just basic white. This is the smooth basic white. And I think probably that way, this is a basic white card base. So that's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. And I need one of these. So I need a leaf. And I'm going to introduce into the mix the glitter washi tape, just to add some colour. Probably not all of them. Some, but not all. And then I may need to bring in another sentiment set. But I think... Ooh. Hello. Hello. that'll fit. That will fit. Right, so I'm going to grab Early Espresso. Now this is craft cardstock, so it's not known for its amazing absorption of ink. It's not crisp. So fortunately this is also a bit of an outline stamp, so it doesn't need to be too crisp. Oh, hello Suzanne. So yes, Elaine, if you could talk about which train strike you're talking about, that would make me very happy. Because as I'm flying into Vienna, and I've got to get from Vienna airport, as most people will, across, oh that went all right, across to the other side of Vienna. It'd be useful to know where the strike is. If it's in the UK, I'm not too worried, but that was a bit of a sort of bomb. So we need to take that bomb and deal with it. Right. Stamping mist. But yes, my husband will be taking me to the airport the night before I fly. I've got a very, very, very early flight, like 7 o'clock in the morning, which means something like a 5 o'clock check-in. On the Tuesday before on stage. I'm travelling out with one of my sideline, and yeah, we're spending the best part of a week over there, which will be lovely. Right, so I've got hello. So that's going to go, it's not dry yet. It's one of the joys of craft card, is that it doesn't necessarily dry as you think it's going to. But it'll be fine. Might have to blast it, but at the moment it's fine. I'm going to add this to this with seal. No, I'm not. Well, I would if I could find my seal. There we are. Seal. Do not press too hard because you don't want to squish your embossing. Normally I would use liquid glue, but if you follow me at all, you will know that I don't like the look of liquid glue on basic white card, or indeed very vanilla card. So I'm going to use seal. So I thought I heard someone outside, but I don't. Right, so I'm definitely going to use the Cajun Craze, and I think I might, I might. I'm looking for Elaine's answer. No, I'm going to take out the black. So I thought I was going to take out the Highland Heather, but actually I'm taking out the black and just going with these. Now I've got a very definite straight edge there, and I don't want a definite straight edge, as in I think I cut it with scissors. So I'm going to tear it and apparently leave it stuck to my finger. That's a great idea. So I'm trying to end up with pieces that are not obviously cut. I might fail in that. And I'm not too worried if they're not all the same length. In fact, I'd rather they weren't all exactly the same length. So what have I done? They're pretty close to the same length. So I'm actually going to do that. You're going to think I'm mad, but I'm not. Honest. Not mad. Because it's going to be covered. I just want it not looking the same length. That's those two. No, still don't know whether Elaine means the UK or Austrian trains. I can't imagine Austria going on strike. So I'm thinking it might be the UK trains. Right, so just a pop of colour, and most of it is going to be covered up. Let's pop those away because this is going on top. Still not dry. I'm going to blast this because otherwise, knowing me, I'll smudge it. So, sorry about the noise. Ooh. I do recommend not doing that because I've now got a very hot finger. Wendy, very quickly. Okay, adhesives. So we have Stampin' Seal. It's great for card paper to card and paper. It's permanent, it's acid free. It's not for making boxes, but fine for flat. Stampin' Seal Plus is a stronger version of this, except it comes in just the tapes. Okay, so just these two. So this comes in little strips. This is a continuous strip. Some people get in a bit of a pickle with this. I don't. You can use this for boxes. Then we've got ordinary, what I would call ordinary, but we've got tear and tape, which is double-sided tape, which you can tear. And this you can use for making boxes. So those are the tapes. I have done a series on the adhesives, so if you look at my playlists, you should find one for adhesives. Inika, I think it is our tapes that she's talking about, yes. Right, so that's going to go on there with dimensionals. So yes, Wendy, let me know if I haven't answered your question, and I will have another go. Now I'm going to stick a dimensional over that hole because I'm going to stick one of the things over the hole. I use the tapes. My favourite adhesive is the green glue, which I use for most things. You can use it for boxes, you can use it for all sorts. Now I'm deliberately going off to one side. I'm working on the premise that if I go off to one side, it's going to look deliberately not central. So yes, my favourite glue is green glue, which is white, obviously. Followed by seal, probably. I mean, I use all of them, but my go-tos, my two main go-tos are green glue and seal. So that's there, covering up that hole. But I'm going to have one there as well, so it doesn't look quite so obvious that it's covering up a hole. And then one snuggling in there because it is very close to Cajun Craze. So it's as simple as that is my first card. The Stampin' Seal, you mean? Tear and tape, yeah, you hate the cassette adhesives. Yeah, a lot of people do get them in knots, Inika. I've tried really hard to get them in a knot, but I can't, sorry. So yes, really simple, bit of embossing, bit of the glitter washi tape and a leaf. Simples, as they say. Right, card 2. Again, it's not going to be complicated, but we're introducing some of the paper. So I've got crushed curry, some of the paper, a crushed curry square, a white square and a leaf. Again, we are going to put a sentiment on the leaf. It will be a different sentiment. If I can fit it on, I will do a different sentiment. It will fit. Now, although this is black, I am going to use early espresso again because it's nearly black and it's going to be far enough away that no one's going to know. So early espresso out again. Thank you, Sherry. I'm really glad that Stampin' Up have them again, even if it is only the glitter ones. I would be quite pleased if they would bring back some ordinary washi tape. Apart from anything else, it's quite useful for quite useful to have it so that we can stick dies on top of images with die cutting. You do have to be slightly careful that you don't use very sticky washi tape for that. That again is going to need a blast, and I'm going to learn from my mistake, and I'm going to use the tweezers, which are in the suite. I don't know why they put them in the suite, but they have. So again, just drying that off. So please do not touch the tips when you've just finished using it, because it will be hot. Right, let's clean that before I put my fist on it and end up with early espresso on my hand. Not a good look. I would like Stampin' Up to bring in a low tack tape for die cutting, particularly as we are not going to get magnetic plates anytime soon, if at all. It would be nice just to have some low tack tape that we can use instead. Oh, and surprise, surprise, I'm not stamping on the inside of my cards. Not happening. Not happening. Not something I do very often until I put my cards together. Right, now, strangely, and I don't know what it is about basic white and vanilla that react to green glue, but our design series paper doesn't. So I don't know what it is. I think it must just be something to do with the fact that it's really smooth. That means that the basic white and the very vanilla react to the green glue. It needs to come down a wee bit. There we go. Right. So on the basis that I don't like glue on the back of basic white, I'm going to use seal and pop this in the middle. In the middle of the middle would be nice rather than not in the middle. That's better. Now, these are actually, this is still a bit damp, the crushed curry size is the size that will take the leaves, but I quite like things overlapping, so it gives it more depth by doing that. And I'm going to pop this on dimensionals. This I'm just going to stick with glue. So I can put glue pretty much everywhere and it will be fine. And we'll put some at that tip. And I'm going to be very careful to not smudge the stamping. That is still a little bit wet. So what I'm going to do is turn it over and press, because that way I'm less likely to smudge the stamping. And it means it's in the right place for me to grab my dimensionals and pop dimensionals on the back. One in the middle for luck. And it has, you can see, well, I can see that it is still a bit damp. The craft card obviously has some sort of finish on it. So this is going to be a really simple, I mean, like the other one was a really simple card. Sometimes simple is all you need. So obviously that's got to have a something there, preferably covering the whole of the hole. We need all of the hole. So I've now made this a large letter in the UK because I've put an embellishment on top of dimensionals. It's going to come down here, it's just there. That's where it needs to be. Right, so that's my second card. So very similar in layout to my first, as in that's kind of central. So that's that one. And I have already done, so this is craft card that I've embossed already. So what I am planning for that is I'm going to layer it onto some DSP. I'm going to have a strip and I'm going to add this, but I'm going to add it with this on top because you can. So, haven't actually chosen a colour for the card base yet because I haven't chosen the paper. This was about as far as I'd got. I've got one more thing that I've prepped, but this is about as far as I'd really got. So let's see, that's going to be the same as that. I think I'm going to go Mossy Meadow for my card, for my layer rather. And I thought, I'm pink, therefore I'm spam. I thought one of the, oh, it's the back of that, which means it's the back of that. Okay. Which means, yes, right. Okay, so I'm going to go crushed curry for my background. Not crushed curry, Cajun craze, the other Right, I need another card piece. Thank you, Colette. Sometimes simple is best. I think sometimes we try and make things too complicated. So that's my card base. This is going to be my layer, which is going to be my standard layer. So 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. And then I'm going to use some of this along the way as well. Just to kind of strip. That's a bit, ooh, I might tear it actually. Right. Okay, so I am going to tear this, and I'm going to tear it so that the white edge shows. So you pull towards to get the white edge. So this, which was effectively being pushed back. So if I do the second piece from this side, if I tear this backwards, we won't get a white edge on here, it'll be here. So whichever way you want the white edge is the way you pull it. So that's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. That's going to go on there with that, but that's going to be embellished. And then the whole thing's going to go on here. Right. Hello, Deborah, you are indeed here. And you can always catch the beginning on replay. Do you know, we're only half an hour in. I did housekeeping, and we're already on card 3. So quick reminder for Deborah. This was the first card we made, and this was the second card. Now I'm concentrating on using these craft die cut tags because I've got more than one pack of them, because I wanted more than one pack of the amber gems. Right, so this I'm going to stick with green glue. Apart from anything else, because it's embossed, it means there is a chance that that the glue will be proud of the embossing. So that's going to go onto my Mossy Meadow patterned paper base. You could replace that just with Mossy Meadow, but it will be a different look. It'll be more solid. So that's going to then go on there. This is going to go over the top. Like that. And I need my Mossy Meadow blends, because I'm going to colour the stems with Mossy Meadow. The light might have been better, but this is fine. It's a great way to add colour to, now these are, what are these called? These are called textural elements. That's a interestingly precise name. And I'm going to use the light, apart from the else you can then see what the light looks like on the wood for these, but I am going to pop some of the gems onto the round bits. Now I'm using the lid to hold, because it's going to be a bit damp for a while. I don't really want green all over my fingers. So somewhere I've got a pair of old tweezers, there they are. So I'm just going to pick this up with my old tweezers, just so you can see what it looks like. So that's, are we in camera? Let's check if we are in camera. We are, there we are. So that's what it looks like. Probably would have been better to do the light. In fact, I'm going to turn it over. We have two sides. Let's use both sides. Once upon a time, I had a scrap of paper. There we are. So I'm going to colour the whole thing with just the light, because I think the light Mossy Meadow looks nicer. So on the basis that we have two sides to our wood, that is for my husband. He's already warned me that there's going to be a phone call. The fact that he's not answering it is not my problem. Right, that's better. So there we go. That's lighter, whereas that's really quite dark. So yeah. What page is the suite on? Oh gosh, hold on. I should have said, we are supposed to say what page these things are on. It is on, if you look at the front, there is a table of contents, and it's the Rustic Harvest, so it's on pages 48 to 50 of the mini catalogue. But yes, we are supposed to say where these things are. Yeah, just the light colour is a lot better. Thank you, Inika. Right, so that looks quite dry. I'm going to add it to my leaf, covering up the hole. We don't want the hole. We really don't want the hole. Now you could use glue dots. The only reason I'm using my old tweezers is because I don't want my nice new tweezers getting dirty. Simple as And these tweezers are old and dirty. Now, I'm going to pop that on there while I just tidy up a wee bit on the basis that if I tidy up, I might be able to find things. Who knows? Right, so the paper needs to go away, and then I've got one more thing that I've prepped. I say prepped, slightly prepped, not a huge amount, just very slightly prepped. Now I do also want to add some ribbon to this, so yeah, so I was just checking something. Right, so hopefully that is set. I'm going to grab my, what do we call it, shimmer ribbon, gold shimmer ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a basic bow. And this is just to help lift it a bit because we are in quite dark colours. Now if I was giving this to a man, I might use this Early Espresso suede ribbon, but if you want to turn this into a more feminine card, this works better. Let me grab the other ribbon so you can see the difference. Got bits of ribbon flying everywhere. So this is the Early Espresso faux suede trim. We've had for quite a while, a bit like the gold we've had for quite a while. So I'll do a bow in each, and I will show you the difference. That's got a kink in it. That's better. So this is a bit like the petal pink ribbon that we've got, but it's narrower and obviously an Early Espresso, but it's that same texture, which I think they call it the petal pink. They call something original like soft polyester. Yes, soft polyester ribbon. I mean, where they get these names from, I really don't know. Right, so snips, I put them away, so let's get them out again. I would like my ends to be roughly the same length. Old-fashioned concept. And gosh, it's almost like I knew what I was doing. They are almost exactly the same length, so that's good. Right. Ah, you were looking the annual. See you soon, Inika. Hello, Marlene. Chilly morning in Wisconsin, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh, what's that in? That sounds like it's very cold. 16, oh gosh, that is cold, because 16 is 60. So 36 is very cold. 36. You're in Fahrenheit, aren't you? Good grief, 2 degrees. Yes, that's cold. That's cold. Right, okay, so we've got our 2 ribbons. We've got our thing nicely attached to our thing. So that's going to go there. No, it's going to go there. And then I'll put the amber, in fact I'll finish it apart from putting the ribbon on, and then you can see the difference between the 2 ribbons. So now this is going to be quite generous. But I saw this idea on Pinterest and I'm sorry, it's just lovely. So I'm borrowing it. I need to find out who it was who had it on Pinterest. Did I save it? Did I save it? I did. Bear with me and I will hopefully Oh, Sarah Rayner, who's in the UK, and it's a lovely idea. So yes, one of my fellow demos from the... No, not Rayner. Oh, hang on, that was wrong. No, that was wrong. No, she's not in the UK. Don't know where she is. Anyway, Sarah Rayner, thank you very much. Sarah. I was thinking of Sarah Sayers. Sayers. Anyway, it's not her. So yes, as I say, a bit generous with the amber, but you know. Thank you, Deborah. So I'm now going down to the smaller size because the splodges are slightly smaller. So it's green glue. So a scribble of glue, and that's going to go, actually no, let's bring it down here a bit more. That's going to go there. Let's stick this on, and then we will look at the difference between the glues. Not the glues, the ribbons. Dear Lord. Once upon a time I had a brain. Hello Priscilla. 30 degrees when you woke up, so yes, about freezing. I will be doing a review of the cards, but yes, you can watch the replay. I'm just giving that a bit of a press. I should probably have stuck the card to the card before I stuck the thing to the thing. Anyway, so I'm going to have to trim my ribbon, but that's fine. So that's the feminine version, and that is the masculine version. So feminine, masculine. Yeah, I think I might actually go masculine. Trim my edges down, or you could say more rustic. So trim my ends down a bit, and I'll use Glue Dot for that. And this will be an expensive card in the UK because it will be a large letter because it's going to be fat. So Glue Dot, and just pop that onto the bottom of our textural element. And you could put a sentiment down here if you want. So that's that one. So one more thing to do and then we are done. Now what was oh yes, that's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do, except I'm going to change it up because I like to change things up. So that's that one. I have already embossed. The embossing folder is stunning, absolutely stunning. It would cost more with you as well, would it, Priscilla? Thank you, Marlene. Yeah, the embossing folder is just gorgeous. Hello, Margaret from Australia. Just wanted you to know I just tried your way of the fussy cutting and it worked. Yay! Yes, move the paper, not the scissors. Fussy cutting is easy when you move the paper, not the scissors. Right, so after that excitement, right, I am going to, this is going to be my focal point, and I am going to use this paper again. And I wanted, now I haven't got any of that already cut. Yes, I have, because I want a fairly plain, possibly not even, I might have to cut into this. Oh no, oh, I could cut into that, that'll do, because the gourds don't really do much for me. Am I the only one who's not lyrical about those gourds? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love squash as a thing to eat, but right, okay, so I wanted something fairly plain. I'm going to go on white again. So, ooh, now, nope, this is going to be very simple. So, that card base, this is going to be the main feature. And obviously we're not going to stamp on that leaf because it's embossed. I want some little bits of, ooh, that'll probably do. Yeah. Right. So let's use this rather scraggly piece. No, I'm just not going to use that. Thought I was, but I'm not. So I am going to, if I go fat, I can trim down. So fat. And then this piece. Just want to cut this roughly in half because I'm going to fudge the overlap. Come on, off. Thank you. Right. So let's start by popping this onto our card base. Oh, thank you. Yes, sparkly sparkle. It's sort of autumnal. Wasn't planned, I hasten to add. So that, stick this on with this. Oh, before I forget, I'm going to add linen thread. Right, now I'm going to kind of reverse engineer this. So that's going to go on there, and these bits are going to get hidden slightly. Right, okay. This one's too long to do what I want to do. Right. I'm going to put a little bead of glue. This one is going to go off the end, like that. And this one is going to go in line. So let's pop this on here, so I can see my lines. This grid paper is just brilliant for things like this, where you want to fudge. So that's going to go like that, and then that's going to go there, so no one will know that we've joined. It's almost like I planned it. In fact, we could then do that. And ooh, yes, right. Okay. It's even better if I put the right side down. So that goes there. And then I just need, oops. In fact, if I pop that on there, I will be able to see where I'm going, won't I? So this piece needs to go roughly there, but let's, now you could just make life so much easier by using pieces of paper that are the right size. But I am rather busking this card. And then we can add adhesive. Yeah, squash side's horrible, Patricia. So that's going to go there. So the only thing we need to make sure is that we cover those two joins. So that's fine. So if I put some glue there, we will be covering the joins. And because it's liquid glue, I can squish it around until we have, if I need to. So there we go. So that's going to go on there. I am, however, going to have to trim the end down, that end down a little bit. That's not straight. That's better. A little bit more. I want this to be just inside. Right, good, good. It's going to be on dimensionals. But first, oh, thank you for sharing, Wendy. Sharing is caring. So, Seal Plus. This is probably going to be too much, but we'll see. Yeah, it probably is. Let's take it off the roll. Now, this, because it's on a roll, it's gone all twizzly wizzly, so just straighten it out. I mean, not completely, but just if you just run it through your fingers, it will straighten out. So I don't want a huge amount, just some, and I'm going to just move it about a bit because I don't want it to look too organised. I deliberately want the ends out, sticking out. And then dimensionals. And I know I've still got that hole to deal with. So I'm going to pop a dimensional there because that will help cover up some of the seal. This is only paper, the coloured bits, so you do need to give it a little more help. If I move that up there and pull that down there, I can put a dimensional there. That should be, and let's just put one, hey, there are only dimensionals. Right. Already taken that one off, don't need to take off something I've already taken off. Amber. Now I'm going to press that down quite hard just so that because it needs to flatten the embossing that's already on it. And then bring that down there and have this one there. And then, that's annoying me. That's better. So there we are, 4 cards. Whoa. Whoops, let's throw blocks around. Okay, so from the start we had, that was our first one, so that was the Falling Leaves embossing folder on basic white. I'm just going to make sure I can see what you're seeing. So that's the first one with the shimmery, glittery washi tape. Then we did this one. So no embossing on this at all. Then we did this one, which is kind of crumb cake on crumb cake with glitter from the gems. And then our last one was this one with this embossed. So there we go. Those are 4 cards. Whoa. 4 cards. Amazing. So I hope that gave you some ideas of how to use the die cut leaves. I've managed to use 4 whole leaves. I have, however, also used 2/5 of the amber. But hey, you could use the brushed metallic gems. Those would work well. They'd work well for any of them, particularly those two. I think I would be tempted to use them on those. So yeah, there you go. I have, however, still got quite a lot of these to use. Oh dear. So yes, I mean, of course you can just use them as tags, which would be thank you. Oh, you're all so kind. So yes, thumbs up if you've enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you want to share, that would be great. If you don't already subscribe, that would be awesome. I will be back recorded Saturday morning with a proper Simple Stamping Saturday, I promise. I will be Top Tip Tuesdaying on Tuesday and then live at 11 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, and then back on Thursday next week. However, the following week I will be in Vienna. So instead of lives, I will have recorded content. And what I might do for one of them is my thoughts on turning the birthday book into a scrapbook. Because I have got some photos I need to scrap. So I might do that. Because I think that would be a good video to share. So I'm fixated on sorting these out so they're all pointing in the same direction. I don't know why, because when I put them in the bag, they're all going to end up going in opposite directions again, but you know, hey. So yes, thank you very much indeed. Let me flip the camera back up, and now that I've got these all nice and neat, they've got to be nice and neat. Let me flip the camera back up, and I will say goodbye properly. So I hope you found that helpful and enjoyable. As I say, I will have recorded content. Next week's normal. It's going to be the following week will be recorded content. And if you don't already follow me on Instagram, now is the moment to do that, because I will be doing some stories from Onstage. And as I say, it's Onstage Vienna, so it will be awesome. It's going to be there's going to be about 750 people there, I think, something like that, which is going to be amazing. I managed to get to New Orleans and back without getting COVID. What do you reckon? I have just had my COVID booster, so I'm hopeful. So yes, thank you very much indeed. Have a great rest of your day, and I will... Thank you, Deborah. Yes, watch the replay. That would be great. And I will see you again on Saturday morning, and then Tuesday. Bye for now. I can never find the last screen. I'm just saying. I can never find it. Bye.